Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Force Strategy Gaming. Today we will be looking at another StarCraft 2 commentary. This matchup is going to be between PuMa as our blue Terran player here in the 12 o'clock position, and in the 3 o'clock we have got ST's Tiger as the green Protoss. So yes, Protoss versus Terran here in Terminus RE. PuMa versus Tiger. It is the battle of the cats, two ferocious felines going at it here. So let's get excited about this matchup. This is Korean gameplay here. So very excited. Casted another Korean commentary earlier in the day. That was nuts. Hopefully this one is just as nuts. So yeah, Terran versus Protoss. Like this matchup. Probably one of my favorite in particular. I think it feels to me, it feels like the good old StarCraft matchup. Terran versus Protoss. It just seems so epic to me. Maybe that's because I played a lot of Terran for quite some time. I try to mix it up quite a bit now. Terran is still my primary race. I guess if that's something you didn't know, well, now you do. But I do play all of the races. I try to foray and everything, giving me at least attempt to try to give me a good working knowledge of all three races. Whether or not that actually works, well, I'll leave that up to your opinion. Gateway getting dropped right now, 12 supply here for Tiger, then moving out with his probe scout. Let's keep a close eye on both players, looking and hoping for some sort of fast expand or something crazy and wild. Lots of Korean play is focused around a very aggressive play style, really early strong hits and pushes, and you see a lot of all-ins as well, at least much more than we're typically used to seeing over here on this side of the world. But yeah, it's more aggressive, and that's about that. So yeah, let's take a look over here. I mean, right off the bat, I can see, PuMa with no refinery. Fast expansion is the name of the game. And here we go. Tiger moving in with that probe scout is obviously fully aware right now that PuMa will be fast expanding. So, yeah, there you go. That's what it is. I keep saying things like that. Marine coming on out right now. The probe scout does have a few more moments until he has to hightail it out of there. Doesn't want to be in here, of course, once that Marine does finish building. So just will dance around a little while longer. And then time to head back home. And look at that. He knows just the perfect timing. He'll be right out of the range before that Marine pops. You cannot get any more perfect than that. Back over here inside of Tiger's base. Cybernetic score coming through notably here. Just still on the one assimilator. Let's keep an eye on this one. See if he drops the second assimilator before that Cybercore finishes. Although it looks like he's not going to be doing so. So given the fact that he has scouted what looks to be likely that fast expansion, there's really no other, unless he was going like dropping mass racks right now and going for Marine SCV all in. The fast expansion is expected, so we may very well see Tiger come out with a quick expansion of his own. 1 gate and or 3 gate expansion, one or the other, both are fairly popular and pretty strong as well. So take a look and see what Tiger decides to do. We have got 2 more racks being placed right now. I do, of course, expect PuMa to play bio-heavy with that being the case, and obviously bio-heavy, a strong and a wise decision against a Protoss opponent. The general, which you almost always see, is just Marine Marauder, Medevac, throwing in some Vikings in there to deal with Colossus, Ghost to deal with Ghost, Ghost to deal with High Templar, yada, yada, yada. Looks like that 1 gate expand will be what Tiger decides to do. Again, responding to the scouting of that quick expansion. Look at these 3 Marines guarding the frontal wall. Any scout that tries to move up there will get them all, unless it's a Stalker scout. The Stalker pushing forward could certainly do a little bit of damage to these Marines. Realize the whole purpose behind this, the intention in doing something like this. Ooh, SCV lost to that 1 Stalker. So 2 Stalkers on the board. The whole purpose of pushing with the Stalker is to just soften up those Marines. And let's see if he gets any shots at all. There's 1 shot. Wants to pull back though. Just losing the shields, not a big deal. If he starts to lose any of that base health, then he's a little bit concerned. We do have a factory coming on through. Second refinery is out right now as well. Finally getting that first tech lab, so we'll be able to start his bio upgrades. That expansion should be transferred over sometime in the not too distant future. Following up that quick expansion with another 2 gateways, then we may very well be seeing a robotics, getting that initial observer, and then preparing to transfer into those Colossus. Stalker, now that he has regenerated those shields, will be continuing to push forward. We get that second Stalker getting ready to move ahead as well. Again, he's not hoping to do a lot of damage or even kill off too many of these Marines, but just to get a couple shots off and then pull back with those shield recharge. So here we go. Now the 2 Stalkers are in play. He will be getting ready to engage, or he may just chill out here for a little while and wait until that expansion attempts to get dropped. Again, he scouted the no gas. He knows to expect an expansion. So here we go. We'll be pushing up. Does he get any shots off? No, not even bothering. But look at that. I mean, how perfect is that? Pulling back before he takes any base health damage. Just lost some shields. Once more, that is no big deal. Without those concussive shells or that stim pack, no way for those Marines and Marauders to catch up to those Stalkers, so they will be safely walking back home. Back over here for Tiger. Expansion is up right now, working on saturation of both that expansion and the main. A little bit of Chrono Boost, possibly worried about a counterattack. Wants to get an additional warp in or two before that actually takes place. Also have that armor upgrade coming on through. And again, let's keep an eye on for that likely robotics that will be dropped sometime soon. The Marines and Marauders starting to get their upgrades at Stim Pack, 50% of the way finished right now. Still sticking pretty Marine heavy, but throwing a few Marauders into the mix. We will be seeing that double medevac very soon, maybe very well trying for a Stim timing push, churning out those initial double medevacs, and that Stim Pack should be certainly finished by that point, so he can move out there, try to get a drop, snipe a few workers, maybe even try to snipe a key production or tech building as well. There is that robotics. Much as expected, and once more, the Observer will be the first thing that comes out of that, unless he gets hit prior to that and decides, hey, it's time for me to get some Immortals out. But no, actually, that wouldn't even be that strong, because PuMa, as we can see here, very, very Marine heavy. The Immortal will be most effective when your Terran opponent is Marauder heavy. So those two medevacs just about finished at the same time as that Stim Pack, and if he doesn't just push out with the bulk of his army again, he could very well just try to do some sort of a drop. I would like to see a little bit of an aggression. Stalkers moving forward, going to get this free kill here. Actually, Marine pulling back just in the nick of time. Still no concussive shell though, so the Stalker should head home. Don't really expect PuMa to blow a Stim Pack just to kill these two Stalkers and kind of weaken up his entire army. It really doesn't make a lot of sense. Combat shield is coming through. Here is that one medevac though, pushing forward. We got that second medevac coming through as well, and PuMa will be moving forward to engage. Now there's a strong force over here for Tiger. He certainly has what appears to be enough to deal with that. With those strong group of sentries as well, he'll be able to drop those force fields. But here we go. Obviously the advantage to these quick medevacs is dropping right inside the main. So let's see what's going to happen. Drop inside the main and then push at the front while he's distracted with that. That could very well be the case. Marines will be dropping just barely out of the vision. Actually, they are spotted. Then I expect them to stim up and push forward. So here we go. There's the stim moving forward, trying to kill some workers. We do have some Stalkers to engage with that stim plus that medevac. Doesn't quite have enough Stalkers. We'll be trying to engage with that medevac at the same time. Here's the push to the front, but some nice force fields, and they have nowhere to go. They're getting trapped by those force fields. Those Marines and Marauders getting trapped down, but there we go. Running through the resource line. Looks like all those Marines inside the main were taken care of from that Stalker force, and those nice force fields certainly help. But look at these micro here. These Marines and Marauders still continuing to do a bit of work. Finally, Zealots able to catch up, and the medevac lifting off. Those three Marauders heading back home. These guys want to head back home as well. No reason to continue to engage, but that was pretty solid. Looks like he did a bit of damage. Let's take a look here at the unit loss tab. So yes, it does look like PuMa did come out ahead on there. Tiger sitting with a larger amount of resources lost. In terms of workers killed, what did he get? 18. PuMa. Beautiful, my friend, beautiful. Sitting with 18 worker kills this early in the game. That will drastically put Tiger behind. Let's take a look at the resulting income tab. Yes, PuMa clearly ahead. 18 probes is a lot to lose at this point so early on, so certainly did a fair amount of damage. Now dropping these Marauders, healing them up a little bit with the medevac, and here comes Stim moving on in. What is the target going to be? Trying to kill off a few more workers, keeping up this econ harass. Loving it, buddy, loving it. Just doing a few more kills, snipes of those workers, forcing him to pull the probes off the line as well until his army actually caught up to do some damage. Now the Observer Scout moving through, we'll be seeing what he expects. Now what he's looking for notably is possibly a Ghost Academy. He's expecting the Bio Heavy. As we can see, Ghost Academy is not in play. We do have that continuation of these upgrades though. Combat Shield level 1, weapons just about finished, and then just churning out those Marines, Marauders, and medevacs. Now over here I did see, yes, there is that Templar Archives. So we'll be initially starting out with those High Templar. Psionic Storm seems to be likely. He could also just be trying to churn out some of those some of those Archons. There we go. Typically, it's much more worthwhile to, warp in some High Templar, be able to drop a couple Storms, and then just turn them into Archons, as opposed to trying to use a lot of Dark Templar for Archons. Now, there is the Ghost Academy, and let's take a look if this is spotted or not. Where is the Ghost Academy? There it is. So right at the moment, Tiger is not aware that PuMa has come out with that Ghost Academy, but we do have two Ghosts coming on through. That Combat Shield is just about finished, and looks like he will be moving out with another timing push. Look at how many medevacs. So many medevacs. The bulk of his actual army kind of small, but I mean, just so many medevacs, obviously drastically increasing the life expectancy of these Marines and Marauders. He will be dropping off, depositing one Marine at that Xel'Naga. Looks like a second Marine will be moving over to this Xel'Naga as well. Observer catching the push just as it's coming right now, so we will see the units spread out a little bit. He's getting ready for this engagement. There's the stim pushing forward. Only stimmed a few of those units. We'll be stimming the bulk once the actual engagement does come through. Doesn't look to be a lot more sentries, though. We do have that Sonic Storm just about finished. Now, something key about this. Ooh, here we go. Ghoster in play. Can they EMP it? Yes, they can. So EMPs will be coming into play right now. He should be leading the way with Ghost, landing those EMPs, and then engaging, and there they are. Ghost pulling ahead. The scan fully aware of where the army is, and look at that EMP. A feedback did go down, but the EMP landed as well. Those High Templar are out of energy. Here is a stim. Look at this engagement. These Marines and Marauders will tear through this. Blink Stalker trying to push forward. Target firing down. I'm assuming the Ghost, and yes, one goes down, but look at that Tiger just having to call the good game. So as it seems, the PuMa trumps the Tiger. PuMa opened up this game with a 1 Rax into expand, and upon scouting that, Tiger responded by just going 1 gate expand himself. At 9 minutes, PuMa moved out with a stim and medevac timing attack. We're going to see him drop in the main with these Marines, stim them up, and go straight for the economy. And at the exact same time, while this was going on, he was also pushing at the front with a larger force, some more Marines and some Marauders here as well. And again, the entire focus of this attack was that economy. He killed off quite a few workers in this initial engagement, and that set Tiger behind severely economically. PuMa then pushed out a second time at 14 minutes in-game, this time with 2 Ghosts, and what this allowed him to do was pull forward, land a couple of clutch EMPs, and this, in addition to the fact that Tiger was so far behind economically from that initial harass, is what forced the GG. Alrighty, so thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you have enjoyed this commentary. Pretty cool game. This is going to be a best of 3, so we'll be moving on to game number 2 in just one moment. As always, guys, if you like the content, please subscribe. Thank you for watching. Keep watching and keep owning.